Okay, I'm waiting just a few minutes for some people to join, and I want to share something. So if you come here later on, hang on for just a few minutes, and I'll be talking. Sometimes it takes faith, but a long time to notify people that somebody's going live. So. Hey, Butch. How are you, brother? Well, I'm going to go ahead and start since it's a recording. I was mowing my lawn tonight. My guy that normally mows it for me couldn't do it, so I was out there mowing. And I just, as I said on my message today, I began to speak to my body, to my, hi Patty, to my spine and to my nerves in my back. And I'm really going to start practicing what I preach. And so I'm conversing perfection over me. And if there's places that I experience pain in or whatever, I really believe we need to do that. And while I was doing that, hi Gerald, while I was doing that, I heard the Father speak to me. I really heard the voice of God speaking into my voice and to my thoughts, and just began to speak to me about faith. And I shared off and on a lot about faith. One of the things that really stuck out to me when I was taking my Master's in Theology course is several of the teachers was talking about how it's the faith of God or the faith of Jesus, and it's not our faith. And all of my life, I was taught that I had to have enough faith and I had to believe for things to take place. And if I wasn't doing that, then that was the fault of whatever I was lacking. There is a denomination that actually teaches what's called a word of faith. And basically, if you're sick or if something happens in your life that's not expedient, not good for you, whatever, it's because you didn't have enough faith. And of course, we know that that's not true. And so I came in here and I looked up several scriptures. I think there's 17 scriptures in the New Testament that uses the phrase faith of. Every one of them, except for a few, the majority of them say faith of Jesus. And then it talks about one of them in Romans 3 where it says, for what if some did not believe, shall their belief make the faith of God without effect? And it said the faith of God. So I've used an example of an airplane before that, people say that they don't have a lot of faith, but we do. We get in cars and we have faith that they're going to drive. We get in an airplane, we have faith that they're going to fly. But the truth of that fact, it's not our faith that makes that plane fly. And that's what I begin to hear the Lord speak to me about that, is the airline pilots have faith because they know something. And the engineers have faith because they know how that plane was designed and they know how it's going to work. So basically, when you get on an airplane, you're flying based on the faith of that pilot and the faith of the mechanics and faith of the engineers and the knowledge that plane is going to fly. Because I don't know, I know a little bit about the law of lift and thrust, but I don't know anything about the mechanics of an airplane. I don't know about the system that puts fluid through there to lubricate or cause the wings to move and part of the wings to move. I don't know any of that. So I can't put faith in something I don't know. And so basically what I just wanted to share is our faith is in the faith of God, and our faith is in the faith of Jesus, and Jesus' faith was in the faith of God. So Father God is our creator. Father God formed us from the foundation. I was teaching this morning from Chronicles, several different names in the book of Chronicles and what their names meant, and it was all talking about Father. It was talking about the power of Father, the love of Father, the peace of Father, the perfection of Father. So it really is all about Father. And so what we really need to be doing, and what I'm doing from now on, is I'm going to quit worrying about whether I have enough faith and realize that when Father, if Father created me individually, Father had faith that my body is going to function. Father had faith that my mind is going to work. Father had faith that I can go through this earth and rule and reign over this earth, or be masters over this earthen vessel, and this planet the way God created me. And I don't know if this means anything to you, but it's very powerful to me that it is his faith, and Father knows that he made us perfect, and so we can put our faith in the faith of God and not in our faith. Because a lot of people are trying to have faith, and things aren't happening. It's because they put their faith in the wrong faith. And again, we have the same measure of faith. There is a verse that says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. And I translated that a long time ago. And that word please means to be agreeable or to agree with God. So we could say, like I've said before, if I don't have faith in the finished work of the cross, or if I don't have faith in what Jesus did, then I won't agree with God. But now my understanding of that, and now how I'm going to use that, is without faith in God's faith, it's impossible to agree with God. And God's faith was that I'm perfect. God's faith is that I'm whole. God's faith is that I'm righteous. God's faith is that everything in my being was created by God, projecting that out into visibility. And so God's faith is my heart works right, and my spine works right, and my nervous system works right, and my digestive system works right, and Frank, my liver works right. And we can just go down the list of a lot of people that have some kind of struggle, and we're trying to have faith for healing, but I think it's better for us to have faith in the faith of God. And if God said it's so, it is so. And that's easy to do. That's easy. I believe it's a lot easier to do than me trying to work up my faith and making my faith work, because there's been a lot of disappointment in that. And I've been to minister a lot of people in hospitals and different places over the years, and I hear all the time, I just don't have enough faith. I just don't have enough faith. Well, you don't need any more faith than you have. You just need to place that faith in God's faith. So I just want to share that tonight. I appreciate the few of you that got on here, and I hope that it ministers to other people that will be watching this later on. So I know the hour's late. It's 9:49 here, but I just wanted to share this thought with fresh manna. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I had a really good Zoom meet yesterday with I think there was about 12 people in Ireland, and one of them reached out to me and asked me if I would do a Zoom meet. And there are people that are kind of coming out of the religious system, and they're really beginning to study, and they're hungry. And they asked a lot of questions. And I was excited to be able to answer them. So I put that, I uploaded that to YouTube, and I put that link on my Facebook page. So if you have time to watch it, I recommend you to watch it. It was really good. It's about an hour and a half conversation. And I think these Zoom meets are possible. Me and Cecil and Robin are doing those on Thursday nights. And a lot of people say they like it because they're able to ask questions and make comments. And that's really what the church is when we get together. And you could have a teacher, but that teacher needs to allow other people to talk too and ask questions. So I enjoy doing that. So if you ever have time to do that, we try to do those at Thursday night at 6 p.m. Central Time, and then I repost them on my Facebook page. So God bless you all. We love you. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Patty and Gerald and Ron and Elaine. Thank you for being here. God bless you. Good night.